barely sleep. I barely sleep. It's been really hard. But at the same time, I have 3 other children I must take care of. She was the only girl I had, so she was my friend, she was my confidant, she was a mother to her brothers. It's been very hard on all of us.
Following the death of a 14-year-old student of Premier Academy, Lugbe, Abuja, Keren-Happuch Aondodoo Akpagher, more shocking facts surrounding her death have been revealed by Vivien Akpagher, mother of the deceased. Recall that Keren-Happuch reportedly died on the 21st of June 2021 from an infection after a condom was discovered in her private part. Vivien Akpagher, speaking with newsmen during a press briefing, said there are recordings implicating the school of trying to cover up the alleged molestation. Vivien said on the day she rushed her daughter to the hospital when she discovered that her daughter was delirious, the doctor was trying to insert a catheter into Keren as she was weak and couldn't urinate on her own. He discovered some particles of condom and dead spermatozoa in Keren.
Immediately we got home, she went in, switched off all the lights, and I was kept on asking her, what is it? She said, no, it's her eye that's paining her. We were home on Saturday. Sunday, she was home with me. But about 11 p.m., she came to me and said she had vomited. And I asked her what, she said she just vomited. So I cleaned her up. She laid on my bed. The next day, by 4:35 a.m. in the morning, she asked for water. I gave her water. But what I saw, she was delirious and all that. So I quickly prepared and took her to the hospital. So when they saw she was weak, they had to give her a drip. And because she couldn't go to urinate herself, they said they will insert a catheter. In the process, they saw a discharge. And when that discharge was tested, they said it was a condom. And then they tested her urine, said it had dead spermatozoa in it. And all this while they were trying to treat her, she kept on shouting, let me go, please just let me go and pee. What are you putting in me? She kept on shouting and struggling to the point that they had to restrain her. She was like that from the morning we got there at about 6 a.m. to about 2 p.m. that afternoon until the drugs they had given her started taking its toll. She rested, but intermittently she would shout, let me go, let me go.
The deceased mother said she called the school to inform them of the development, and she also called one of the school's house fathers who inquired about Keren, assuring her that she would be fine and the culprit would be caught. According to the mother, she said she was surprised to hear him say such, adding that no one knew what was happening.
So I also called one of the teachers or the house fathers in the school, and I told him, he asked me, how is your daughter now? I said she's still unconscious, and he said she will get better and come to us. I said, no, I'm not bringing my daughter back to your school. I had not explained the condom or the sperm in my daughter to her. The next thing he said was that, madam, don't worry, we'll get to the bottom of this, and whoever is responsible, so that it does not happen to other children again. That was his statement.
Vivien said the matron finally came to the hospital after 2 to 3 hours and asked her to move her daughter from that hospital to another, which she declined. She said she discussed the issue with the matron and she recorded the discussion, which she shared with newsmen.
So that Saturday, why I even called later and said you can carry her. When I was going, she ran to me in the car. She said, do you know if my mommy will still come? I just looked at her. I told, there's no need to lie. I told her that your mommy was actually there. But this management had explained to her that we'll take care of you. She should not bother. She started crying. She was begging me, Ma, can you do everything possible to see that she comes? I said, I cannot do anything. What will I do? I think that was when she went back inside to call you again. Before you now call me to ask me whether you can still come for her. You know, and I'm so surprised if she was going through this and she never told anybody, because she's close to all of us in the clinic because of her condition. She's close to all of us. So
it all depends who that person is. If the person threatened her.
I was seriously feeling this way, the way it is now, because I could not have done exactly how it was.
totally,
you watch, you know?
I'm totally confused myself because I never expected.
I think there's one like this. I think that who says there's not another person that have been a victim and whoever and the responsible for this. All the times. I was just imagining the kind of supervision we say we are doing.
I tell you, sir.
How
Understand?
we
Because
are like this much.
you are really trying because with all the cry you've been doing, calling me on phone, I knew something was wrong because no mother would want to hear this kind of thing. Because you let this girl with us thinking we'll be able to take care of her. So for this kind of news to come out, it's really
And she wears
surprising.
a single bead. That bead is not there. The last time she left for school, I still saw she wears a single bead that's reddish. That bead is not there.
There was a day in the clinic, I know, a school that is mixed. You know, they must play with each other, they must talk with each other. So in front of the clinic, she was gisting with some male students. Was it like Keren lived there? Bridget was on duty. Bridget was now begging them, I beg, that one and my sister, mom and leave her. You know, that kind of thing. So we're all laughing. She said, man, not you know, we are just friends. I said, talk. Which any other student can just do play and go.
Of course, the essence of boys and girls in the school, they can be made at yourself.
Yes, not to this point.
From this stage, seriously, I'm still watching that. You get to where?
The girls use condom.
This is possible. This is what now that time is there.
So that means this thing even happened recently, not something that
The leader of the coalition of gender-based violence responders, Lugbe, while condemning the spate of propaganda embarked on by Premier Academy Lugbe Abuja, said it's an attempt to evade being found complicit in the rape of Keren-Happuch. He said the school had, before Keren died, admitted to failing to protect the child who was kept in their custody.
I am worried. If this has happened to this child, it simply means there will be other children. Remember, the conversation was before the child died. As soon as the child died, they knew business interests first. We must get a united front not to admit that it happened with us. The matron of the school, Grace Salami, in that conversation said, this must be very recent.
Ugegbe added that the police are being biased and unprofessional in handling the case.
That the police itself is very disappointing and unprofessional in its handling of this matter. Because since June 22 till now, it is ridiculous that the police has not, till now, fished out that culprit. The Nigerian police is among the best in the world when they want to do their job well, without bias, without being compromised. They do a terrific job. We have faith in their abilities, but I put on record that the coalition of gender-based violence responders do not have any iota of faith in the FCT Police Command to do justice in this matter. And we are gathering our pieces of evidence on areas of compromise of the FCT Police Command. And we are going to take it to higher authorities by next week, because you cannot have this case and not deal with it as urgently as should be dealt with.
He further added that the coalition would go through any length to ensure that Keren gets justice.
We don't have the means to do all of this media propaganda the Premier Academy Lugbe is doing, but we have the truth and God on our side. The truth must prevail. Keren will not be a mere statistics when it comes to collating statistics on child sexual abuse. Our own case, we must get the perpetrator. We must insist that Ministry of Education and all those who should regulate schools must not close their eyes and watch all of the misconduct going on in Premier Academy Abuja.
Vivien further added that she's not just after justice for her daughter, but she's fighting to ensure such a sad incident does not happen to any child again.
Above all, I want the Nigerian child to be protected. this should never happen to another child again. It's a space no parent will love to stand in.